Hello everyone, and as with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this. Bank of England must plan for financial crisis sparked by aliens. Yes, you heard that right. And honestly, I thought this was a joke, but it showed up in the Times, in their newspaper. So if we are now going to see aliens disrupt the financial system, the aliens are going to be utilizing XRP because here on Earth, we would never accept the alien money. So it goes in as alien money into XRP and comes out as any other currency on Earth. No, I'm just joking, so you all know. But I've seen people actually say XRP will be part of this. But this shows you that the system, a crisis is already coming. I always said that liquidity crisis is still looming, and eventually they will utilize XRP to solve that liquidity crisis. But imagine blaming the crisis on aliens. And everybody always talks about all the money when they talk about XRP. But XRP is really not going to move all the money. It's going to be a handful of cryptocurrencies that will push all the money through the new financial system. And even David Schwartz told us that in the past. Take a listen.
We need an ecosystem if digital assets are going to succeed, and Ripple's not going to build that ecosystem single-handedly. You know, Twitter can't be in the cell phone business and the Wi-Fi business, and they can't be in every business, and neither can we.
What David's telling you is XRP Ledger is not big enough to handle the entire new financial system. But what the XRP Ledger was really built for was this right here: real world assets, tokenizing real estate, commodities, and private equity, institutional infrastructure, powering central bank digital currencies, digital identity, and secure public records, small business and personal finance, streamlining supply chains, merchant settlements, and institutional grade wealth management tools for the everyday person. But since then, it got a little bit bigger. It pushed out into other projects as well. But this was always the core. And the good thing about the XRP ledger being built for tokenization is going to be massive. The World Economic Forum says $867 trillion by 2030. All we need to see is 5 or 10% of that to end up on the XRP ledger. And all of us as XRP holders, we are not just retired, we have generational wealth. But then you also factor in cross-border payments and so on. The new financial system was planned years ago. You know, we know it because we're invested in crypto. We're invested in what's going to power the new financial system. But there's so many people out there that still don't realize this is even coming. And this mapping has been making its way around X once again. This mapping, I believe, is like from 2020, 2021. And whenever somebody sees this, right away they think, well, XRP is going to be backed by 1 ounce of gold. But it's not. And you don't want it to be. XRP is going to be way more valuable than just 1 ounce of gold. However, XRP can move the value of gold from point A to point B. And look at who's behind the new financial system. The IMF, the BIS, the World Economic Forum, the World Bank. SWIFT is involved as well. Every single one of those companies have either talked about Ripple and XRP in the past, or they are building projects around RippleNet and XRP. And David Schwartz told us a while back that Bitcoin is not digital gold. XRP can be looked at as digital gold. XRP is an asset that can be used for settlement. It's kind of like gold that can instantly teleport around the world. It does actually move value, and there's nothing to settle afterwards. So think about it like this. Somebody tokenizes gold, brings that value onto the XRP ledger. XRP moves the value of gold from point A to point B. That is more like digital gold to me than Bitcoin. And the reason why Bitcoin will never be digital gold, never be a store of value, it's never going to see adoption. It was never meant to see adoption. It's a beta test coin. XRP is the final product. Breaking, a Ripple presence has appeared at the World Economic Forum as Davos kicks off today in Switzerland. Eyes on what's coming. Institutions don't show up by accident. And you see the USA House at Davos. And look at the names that are on there. You see Ripple. They're with Hedera as well. I always like to see Ripple and Hedera coming together because honestly, the growth around Hedera and HBAR is identical to the growth that we see around Ripple and XRP. But look at the other names on there, Pfizer, Microsoft. I mean, these are the people that have all the money, and they're controlled by people that have even more money. People that we don't even know exist are way richer and way more powerful than even Elon Musk. And the World Economic Forum, honestly, is not working. It's not there to help you in any way. They want to build out a massive surveillance system. Breaking, the Bank for International Settlement, the BIS, has acknowledged the role of XRP in reshaping cross-border payments, a system underpinning an estimated 1.9 quadrillion in annual global settlements. As global liquidity seeks faster, more efficient rails, capital is positioning to move onto the XRP ledger starting January 26th. Aligned with the launch of Real Token. They always push that Real Token and on like with XRP. I don't get it. That Real Token, in my opinion, is a scam. But again, this is not. So you see how the BIS, they always talked about XLM and XRP. They cited it in multiple papers. Then they go on to talk about how it could be utilized within Basel III, how it can be utilized as an ESDR, and so on. And the reason I wanted to mention the BIS is because of this right here, coming from Black Swan Capitalist. Turns out XRP is bridging the BRICS nations Project M-Bridge with Ripple's interoperable protocol. Since XRP has no political bias, it levels the playing field for all economies to participate, positioning itself as the next global reserve digital currency, a true store of value. So when the BRICS decided to utilize Project M-Bridge, and then they just renamed it BRICS Pay, it was all built off of RippleNet and XRP. And you see it right here. So in this model, XRP in the middle would just be a massive liquidity pool that they could send currencies in and out of through XRP. And that's why I always said, whenever the BIS acquires a portion of the XRP, which I think they will have in the future, and other central banks are doing this, and I'm sure the BRICS accumulated enough already, that XRP is going to be off of the map forever. It's going to be utilized on a daily basis. It's never re-entering circulation is what I'm telling you. But this shows you how BRICS can utilize XRP. Americans with four-year college degrees now account for a record 25.3% of U.S. unemployment. The percentage has doubled since 2008, leaving more than 1.9 million degree holders aged 25 plus currently unemployed. This is the highest level since data collection began in 1992. And this is going to go even higher. Who would want to go to college today? You're better off just taking money and putting it into XRP. It will lead you to financial freedom. Because you go to college, you get hit with all that student debt, and then all of a sudden you can't find a job for what you went to school for. And this is becoming a trend now. And this is why you turn to something like crypto. Because nowhere else can you make the amount of money you can make in crypto in such a short period of time. I'm telling you now, when we see the breakout begin, people are going to be fully retired in this cycle. Why some choose for XRP to run rather than sitting behind a desk for another 30 years. And again, this is why you buy XRP. This was always what they told you to do. It was always go to school, graduate, go off to college, get a 4-year degree, go to work for 40 years, and then retire. But you could skip all of that by investing into crypto. Because think about it like this. Say right now, XRP went on a massive run up, right? You're going to make in this run what most people make working for 5 years. Think about that. That's how fast crypto makes people life-changing money. And it happens at such a fast rate when it happens. But that's the matrix that you're breaking away from. And they still sell that idea of that. In school, in elementary school, they're telling you, when you get older, you're going to graduate, and then you're going to go off to college, and then you're going to get a great job, and then you're going to retire. Why not just retire yourself off of crypto at a much younger age? This way you can enjoy your retirement. Crypto cards don't have any future. You know, all the time people ask me, which crypto card should I get? I want to make sure that I'm helping out push the adoption of crypto. But these are not true crypto cards. So crypto cards don't have any future. All crypto card companies will eventually die. And they even talk about why it's not going to work. So when you're paying with a crypto card, what you're essentially doing is going from your crypto into US dollars to the merchant already. And it's not really helping crypto adoption. Sure, it looks cool to your normie friends that aren't invested in crypto. They think, wow, he's paying with XRP or he's paying with XLM or whatever. And honestly, I would not spend my XRP on anything right now. Later, you will have enough that you could spend a massive amount of money without even putting a dent in your XRP holdings. Think about it like that. Because I do believe in the future, everything will be priced out in XRP. It'll be how much can you buy with 10 XRP or 20 XRP or 100 XRP. That time will come. But these crypto cards, they're just racking up more fees, in my opinion. Your card is Visa, not Ethereum. Your card is a traditional bank, not MetaMask. You spend fiat, not crypto. And that's true. Just like OnePay. Oh, Walmart now accepts crypto. No, it doesn't. You go in as whatever crypto you want to use to OnePay, and then it gets converted into cash and goes to Walmart. Some point in the future, I'm sure Walmart will accept crypto directly, but we're not quite there yet. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.